Hey guys, so again we are on the park near the university, but if you are watching this video, I'm not in Germany right now. I'm in Africa due to the university exchange, but I will be back at end of November. But of course there will be videos at least once a week. I think I don't get more, but once a week you have a whiskey video, of course. And yeah, today we have the Springbank, as you can see. I'm so happy. Due to a community member, I got this one. This is the release of last year, so 2021, for a really good price. I couldn't say no. But first of all, as always, there are a few facts about the distillery which are quite interesting maybe. So as you all know, Springbank is in Campbelltown and they have three main malts, namely Springbank obviously, Longgrow and Hazelburn. In the 60s, the family Mitchell, who are the founders of Springbank, were moving from the lowlands to Campbelltown to expand their family business. Springbank was then registered in 1828 as a former illegal plant, also founded by a Mitchell member. So, as most of the distilleries we know, there are some illegal distilling processes before. But after the official registration, Springbank was the 14th licensed distillery in Campbelltown. But in 1926 they had to be closed due to the prohibition, and they were reopened in 1933. At least they started the production then when the prohibition was over. But in 1979 the distillery was closed again due to the bad economic situation in Great Britain. So they need to be closed, and in this time, meanwhile, they sold some of their reserve stocks, but the business was very low after. So luckily they survived, but it was very tough and very hard. So after almost a decade, namely in 1989, they resumed a limited production again. And when the distillery was reopened again, the Springbank Distillery Company, the Springbank Distillery Company Limited was founded, also by a family member of the Mitchell family. So this, as it's still in the family ownership, this makes Springbank one of the oldest or the oldest family-run distillery in Scotland, which is quite cool, I think. So a few facts to the whiskey. We got 46% of ABV. It's a 10-year-old one, and it's no extra color added, and it's non-chill filtered, and I don't have any more information. So let's start with the nose. There's a very decent smoke, so it's not overwhelming. You have spices, you have a little bit of wood, but also honey, and also like trees. If you go to the forest that is wet because it's raining, I have this in the nose. Oh, I like the nose really much, very much. So I'm very excited for the taste. Sláinte, guys. So the smoke stays decent. It's getting more, but it's not like that it's overwhelming in the mouth. I really like this. You've got nutmeg, you've got spices again, you've got the wood influence, you've got a peppery note, which is really nice. You've got the honey note as well, a vanilla note. A little bit of ginger you also have in the taste. And again, I have the trees when I'm walking through the forest when it's raining. But I like that. So it's not a really sweet whiskey, which is nice for me. It's it's not very spicy, but it's a spicy whiskey with wood notes and with like forest notes. I really like that. But on the other hand, you also have the honey that is playing well together with those spicy notes and peppery notes, but it's not too much. And the smoke or the peat stays very decent. The finish is quite long. The smoke is decent here as well, and you've got more like the wood tones in it and more the peppery side of the whiskey. I really like that. So for beginners, for the peat world, I would recommend that one as well, and it's a very good entrance to the Springbank world. That's how they get me. Like a little years ago. I was always like, no, I don't want to taste Springbank because they are hype, blah blah blah. And then I was in Scotland and someone gave me the 10-year-old Springbank and I was lost. So it's a very, very well entrance to the Springbank world and also to the peated world for me, because it's a very decent peat and I really like it, and it's not too sweet, and with 46% of ABV it's not too overwhelming at all. I can't tell you the price from this year because this is, as said, the bottling from last year, and I get it to a very good price from the community member, so thank a lot therefore. And but I think the 10-year-old is still reasonable at a good price. But of course Springbank has now a lot of hype bottlings, and I would be interested, are you still with them? Do you like those hype bottlings? And what's your favorite Springbank bottling? Just leave me a comment, and I say till next week with another video, and I will be back very soon. Bye bye guys!